because I screwed up. So go ahead and mute. We'll try again. Huh. All right. This is what happens when I'm rushing. Everything goes wrong. Screw up everything. Okay. We should be back to normal. So, for those who are here early, uh, give me a hashtag early. Okay. Would appear Nightbot is not working correctly. Why does that figure? Try and make sure get the Nightbot working correct because this is gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay, good. Trying to fix Nightbot. We want to make sure. As you can tell, I've been working a ton, so the try and get the bot working correctly. Dude, the preview that I normally have is like losing its mind. Hmm. It's gonna be interesting if I don't know what's maybe we'll try something different because it's not my like Nightbot is totally not working correctly. So this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna log out of it real fast and log back in and see if that fixes the problem. If it's like caching something weird, you would think that the guy who works in tech would be able to fix this, right? Okay. Anybody else? Let's see if this bloody thing. That poor Fluoflex. The Fluoflex has nothing in it. There's no water. There's substrate. Just been busy. All right. Heaven forbid. Anyway, so I'll introduce our guest because, as should be evidenced by me wearing a headset still, we're gonna have a guest tonight. My wife's gonna join us. Bonk. There she be. You can say hi now, dear, as I try to debug the giveaway tool. Yeah, so for some reason, Nightbot is totally not collecting users, which is noxious because normally this works without a problem. Oh, I think I might have found out the user error that is me not using this often enough. You're not getting audio. Not getting audio from my wife. 1 second. Of course not. Mm-hmm. Well, it's pointed at the right thing. Do this again. Cool. It's all right. We've done this before. Try this. Okay. Try talking now.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well.
We did it.
Yay! Happy holidays, everyone.
Oh Lord. Okay. I
Hey,
don't know
baby girl,
why.
hello.
Why is this thing not fracking working? The hashtag is hashtag early, but it's not. That's mostly to test things, and it's deciding not to work. Oh, or I have screwed it up once again. Okay, just give me like just Leo. I know Leo's listening. Leo, put in hashtag early. If you show up, then it's working. If not, then I'm gonna test some other nonsense real fast. Then we can get rolling with this bad boy, and we can actually like do questions and things like that. But Nightbot is deciding to not freaking work, and that's killing me because it's usually very simple and easy.
You don't happen to have stream elements, do you?
No,
Oof, okay.
okay. It appears to finally be picking stuff up. A miracle has occurred.
It's a Christmas miracle, everyone.
Oh my lord. I don't know how long it took for this thing to frickin' work. It has caught everyone. Good
Miss
news.
Foreman, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you, too.
Everyone has posted it has caught you, so we're good to go now. We can actually proceed with stream. So here's how this is all gonna work tonight. Uh we're gonna give out a number of different gift cards, and this cluster for the first like 10 minutes has been great. Hashtag early will be the first one, so get it in now while you can, because we're going to draw that actually really soon. When if you are selected, you are going to need to do the following. I'm going to have this little image. All you have to do is go up to your icon in the upper right of YouTube so that I can see your art. So you can see with mine up here, it shows the like Bentley Pasco and at Bentley Pasco. You're gonna have to email me that little screenshot. Now, if it's on your phone, you've got a better way to do it. Whatever. I just need to get that. If you're the winner, you will have to email me that because that's how I see things in chat. And that's gonna just verify you're you, and then I will send you a digital gift card. Now, here's the cool stuff. You have a couple options. You'll have an option for Dan's Fish, Aquarium Co-op. If you are not in the United States, or can't access Dan's Fish or Aquarium Co-op, because like Dan's Fish I think does ship to Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny. If you guys have got that finished and done now, or I think you're still working on it. I'm not sure. I mean, the Dan's Fish gift certificates last like 5 years, so you got plenty of time to use them. If you're in a place where you can't get something from Dan's Fish or Aquarium Co-op, we'll figure something out, but I'll get you an equivalent gift card. All gift cards will be $50. And then for you and the replay squad, for those of you who could not be here live, in the comments, and that includes anybody who doesn't happen to win tonight, you can go back to the replay and put this in. You'll just have to put hashtag replay crew. Okay? And again, be very similar. I'll reply to a comment in, let's just say, Christmas Day. How's that sound? We'll go to Christmas. And then you will get, if you're the winner, you'll have to do the same thing and email me. Easy peasy. Okay. Now that we've got that headache out of the way, let's just test to make sure this bad boy's actually working. So here's my Nightbot. And first card's going out now because I'm impatient and I'm going to throw my money at the wall. By the way, all these gift cards are sponsored by me, which means they're sponsored by you. This is me using my YouTube fundage to give back a little bit, say my appreciation to all of you who watch, participate in live streams, etc., etc. So thank you very much. And let's do this thing.
Hmm.
Oh, I think it's rigged. Stephen P.
Oh, yay!
This thing. I mean, I know who you are, but email me. Just in case for some reason people don't have my freaking email. Here it is in chat. Billy.pasco@gmail.com. So there's our winner. I'm sure Steven's paying attention. Probably
Wow,
giving
31
probably
months.
probably giving me some amount of shit in chat. There he is. There he is. He's discussing his Sausage Fest rainbow tank.
Oh my.
Which means it's almost all boys.
It's a frat house of rainbow fish. It's okay.
Okay. So, as you can see, we're going to be changing it up here. Just because I love Dan's fish. The next one will be Dan Rocks. We're going to reset. So, get in your hashtag Dan Rocks. We'll hide this. My ever-present love for Dan and Dan's fish. To go for the second one, we'll do that in a bit. This is what you need. That one right there. Okay, so now that we're past that, oh, okay. Also, Kelly gave us a nice super chat, so I got to go back to that. She's saying hi to you, honey, and a Merry
Yes, I saw
Christmas.
that. Thank you so much, Mrs. Foreman, once again for the well wishes and Merry Christmas. Thank you.
There it is. There's the great spam of chat. And you only have to put it in once. Now that the bot is working correctly, it will work really effectively. I promise you. Even if it's trying to kill me. It works. It does the thing.
Well, I'm so glad it's working.
I don't know why it took forever to work properly, but who knows? Okay, so with that, if you guys do have any questions, this will be a pretty open, easy peasy stream. I don't have a topic. I meant to have a topic, and then I was like, no, I'm doing a giveaway. I can't do a topic. I'll never get to it. So at Bentley Pasco makes it easy for me to see your questions. For me or the wife, whatever. Leo 209's trying to start some problems. Charmander is the best Pokemon.
Oh.
Sir, we can't be friends anymore, sir. Oh man.
Oh, honey, does your chat remember the story about the wild Snorlax?
Which one?
The one in your stream.
Oh, okay. So, for those of you who have been here for a long time, really early when I started streaming, the place where Shani is now taking a nap, Shantoto's just chilling in the recliner that's over here. That's like typically my wife's recliner, right? And at the time, girlfriend, but wife, and she had fallen asleep. And I remember specifically, it was like Candy Overhauls was in chat. Someone else had pointed it out, and they were like, "Oh, a wild Snorlax has appeared," because they could hear my wife snoring in the background.
I felt so bad.
it was adorable in like the cutest way. And the chat had a lot of fun that particular night. I don't remember. I want to find that exact thing because that would be a great clip at some point to turn into a short. But the early days. The early days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness.
Only way. Bob Seamfot says he gave you his Atinjo Bosmane debris but never heard back. I mean, Bob's heard from me. I've talked to him. So yes, I had them. They were throwing eggs for a while, but they really did not give me very many viable fry. What typically was happening is I would get the eggs, to hatch, and the fry would only make it like 2 to 3 days. And I tried that for about 4 batches of fry. Then I kind of intentionally stopped trying to collect eggs and was doing some adjustments to their feeding regime. And then I started working like crazy and literally didn't have time to raise babies. So I still have like his big main male, but I've lost some of the females over time because they were older fish. That being said, like I can easily get the exact same line of Atinjos, and if Bob wants Atinjos, I'll get him Atinjos to replace them. That's up to him. I've seen every time I've seen Bob in person, I've talked to him briefly about it. So I feel like that's either him just forgetting because it has been a while since we've seen each other in person, like almost 2 years, and his his live streams are usually at a time that I tend to be kind of busy, so I haven't been able to attend them very frequently recently. But yeah, and absolutely like put myself as the blame for the fry there. It's not like I'm blaming the fish, like it's something I was doing, but what I had work for some fish was just not working for them. And when I was starting to make adjustments, then all of a sudden it was like, went from working 40 hours a week to working 60 to 70 hours a week. and,
Yeah.
and on top of the other things that I have around the house, I just didn't have time to raise rainbow fish fry. They need too much attention early on. All the Cowboys fans who are football and fish people at the same time are thanking my Seahawks. Yes, I watched the game. I was very surprised by it. I also fell asleep during part of it when we were playing like absolute hot garbage. And Papa Limo was like just chilling on me, being a proper weight. Took like a little 15-ish minute nap around halftime. But I mean, who wants to watch the halftime stuff anyway? It's always boring.
Master, thank you so much for the Christmas wishes.
Yeah, Christmas is gonna be good this year. It's gonna be chill.
Ooh. Yeah, we're pretty chill about holidays, which is totally fine. But then
Cora
it will
works.
be.
You go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it'll be your birthday. That's what you're
It'll
getting
be
to.
our birthday and wedding anniversary.
Yeah, I mean, I can't forget that day. That's basically
Yeah,
like
you
double
can't
trouble.
forget that day.
It'll be the worst if I forget, so I'll be fired as a husband. Be sent into husband purgatory. So Koro mentioned that he found some AIO, so all in one, 2-gallon cubes. Intrigued by what I stock something that small with. See, that's the problem. It's so small that I would either use them for like a singular fish that can live solitary, like a betta. And even then, I like giving bettas more than 2 gallons of water. I honestly would probably do those as just like micro aquascapes with almost no inhabitants in them. I mean, maybe you could do shrimp or something, but it's just such a small amount of water that you have a huge risk of fluctuation in all your parameters, and that's a little tough. Maybe that's just like the rainbow fishing nerd in me who's like, a small tank is 40 gallons.
I was about to say, is that like the gold standard for like fish people? Like the 40-gallon breeder?
It depends. Like, if there are a lot of people who do like nano tanks, so a lot of it's actually the most popular around here, and that's going to be closer to like this, where it's like 15 gallons. I would say like the 20-gallon long is probably like the standard as far as like super popular tanks. But if you don't have as much room for that length of the tank, either 10s or standard 20 gallons are kind of the most popular basic tanks.
Gotcha.
40s are popular when you start getting into like bigger tanks, and then there's like idiots like me who love rainbow fish and are like 40-gallon is a small tank. That's our small tank. 10 gallons, you can't do anything with that. Rainbows can't live in that thing.
10 gallons? What is 10 gallons? Not in this household.
That's the size of a filter. That's what that is. It's That's I think the biggest problem with rainbows until you get into like the pseudomagills, the small ones, right? And then you can keep those in small tanks. But most
Mhm.
rainbow fish keepers are like, well, it starts at a 40-gallon breeder, just goes up from there. Smaller tanks, nah. You can't keep anything in those. So like two species. Why would you do that? Unless you're breeding, then you put one male and two females in a 20-gallon, but only for a short period of time. Paul Sotero wants me to talk about Corys and glass surfing. I don't have any Corys that glass surf all that much. Well, okay, I guess the Corys, the Adolphois and the bronze Corys that are in with the Loach glass surf a little, but it's mostly because they'll glass surf to get up and around the Loach when she's just hanging out on the substrate.
Swear she thinks she's one of them. It's so cute.
There's a we were watching her, what was it, like Sunday night or something,
I
and
think so.
she's just laying on the substrate taking a nap, and you just see these little Corys like, and like literally just glide right over her. They bring her out, and she's not moving an inch. She's just like, yeah, whatever. Then eventually one of them like wiggled like right up somewhere. I think it was like near her gills or something, and all of a sudden she was like, huh. Woke up, swam off.
It's a sickness over there.
Just taking a nap with the Corys. It's pretty adorable, won't lie. Oh man. Leo209, would you ever keep an ambush puffer like a regular Congo puffer? I am not a predatory fish person. So inherently, a potato whose basically sole activity is just to eat other fish is not my jam. Uh, so yeah, I probably not. Some of them are interesting in their like behavior if you like that kind of fish. But I prefer pretty active fish unless it's plecos, and then that's mostly because I just see their tails wiggling out of caves all the time, and I find that intriguing. I don't know why. It just part of me is just like, you're so silly. You think you're hiding and no one can see you, and I just see that tail just flapping. Idiots. Farron, are rainbows sensitive to CO2? Most rainbows come from relatively high oxygenated environments. So, yes, sort of. In general, I have not found too much trouble keeping rainbow fish in a CO2 injected tank as long as I keep the CO2 levels under relative control, which is to say, I typically don't push very high CO2. That's part of why my whole like low and slow method is the method I use, is because it's being very careful of what rainbows like, and also knowing that like for a long time I was just working my brains out, so I didn't have time to like trim plants every week. So, so I kind of get the best of both worlds there. Are we doing anything special for Christmas from Legion Aquatics? Sort of, kind of.
Eh?
Not so. Christmas Eve, there's like a tradition where the dad side of my family gets together for the evening, and that's due to some health and weather stuff. We haven't got together for, we missed a couple years.
Yeah.
So although we got together last year, which was nice because the weather was permitting and most everybody was healthy, but some members of my family were uh, pretty sick at the time. One of my uncles. So hopefully that aunt and uncle will be able to make it.
Yes, I
But
hope so.
there's that, and then Christmas Day, I think it's gonna be pretty relaxed. It'll depend on like what's happening with my mom's side of the family. So whether my mom's over here or at my brother's. You're doing something with my mom and my brother's fiance, right?
On the 30th, we'll probably do like
Yeah.
a little thing.
We actually have more plans after Christmas than I think we do for Christmas.
Yeah, it's mainly for like New Year's Eve that I'm like doing like a huge things.
Yeah. So because New Year's Eve is also her birthday and our anniversary, We have a few plans that day. So she's, as is obvious by her virtual avatar here, she has a video game stream event that she's doing with her folks. So
Yep.
if you're on the nerdy side of life and you want to see how, what level of crazy someone married to me gets driven to, you could check that out. Uh, and then after you're done with all that, we're going out to a friend's house for like part of a party. It's mostly just a bunch of our nerdy friends. We'll probably end up playing some kind of board game or something. something.
That's not what we usually do every holiday, but you know what? That's totally fine with me. I'm
And
totally fine
those
with that.
that group of friends are the ones that own Onyx, who is Papalimo's like best friend in the whole world, the big like 100-pound husky that's his best friend. Just it is very amusing to see those two play
You know,
because
it's
they're
kind of
so different in size.
it's weird to think this will be our first Christmas that we're married together, though. Like I didn't think about that.
Yeah, because we had it all planned and scheduled, but weren't officially married yet last year, right?
Right.
Yeah, great. More pressure. Thanks, chat. Oh man. I don't know. It'll be pretty relaxed. We've been doing a lot of mostly just like trying to get some stuff settled around the house as we're trying to make some changes for next year. I suppose is the easiest way. Just some changes, some schedule stuff, and trying to make some other like personal goals and all those kind of things. Getting prepped for that. Uh, oh, I guess the other thing is tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day.
Oh,
Tomorrow is Shantoto and Lulu's birthday.
that's right. I
They're,
knew it was
they're,
the 20th.
she's gonna be 4. Can you believe that? A
That little girl.
little
Is she
crazy dog.
Mario?
She's asleep in the recliner.
Oh, baby.
She's just taking a nap over there, just like I don't care.
I just want to say once again to you guys, I thank my community, but personally, thank you from Bentley and I for stepping in and really helping us when she was injured. Just thank you so much to everyone that helped and wished her well wishes and everything like that. It meant the world to us. Like there were a couple times like we actually like broke down just sheer generosity. So thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, yeah. Try not to get me emotional right now. But yeah,
Sorry.
it was a big relief and really helped because it was basically like half her bill.
It pretty yeah,
Just like
gosh.
it's a lot. It's a lot. So last call, put it in chat, and I know I'm a little behind on chat, but last call, hashtag Dan Rocks will get you in the current giveaway. Make sure you get in there. Showing plenty of eligible users. So I think we got most everybody. But if we missed anybody, there's 136 of you in here, and I show like 118 eligible. So last call on that, we'll give it like a minute, and then we'll draw that bad boy. Patrick, I think I'm seeing it. Sorry, I know I'm a little behind on chat, but trying to catch up. You want to ask me, please, Patrick? What's that? What do you want to ask me? Also, Only Way took Amulet Titan, which is a magic deck, to FNM and got crushed by Fish, which is a nickname for a Merfolk deck. I used to play Fish, and I got crushed by almost everything. So it's good to hear that Fish got a win. Fish is not super competitive typically, but it's fun. And sometimes you can just like out of nowhere kill people. It's just kind of funny. Paul Saltero is making a standing rib roast for Christmas with butternut squash risotto.
Oh
We are not that fancy. Paul's fancy.
no. Oh my gosh. When we went to Gordon Ramsay, we had a very absolutely amazing risotto. It had these tiny little pearl beads of like butternut squash. And usually typically we're not squash people, but oh my goodness. That was probably like the best. Like I've never had risotto, and I can't say it's the best. I can't say it's the best risotto I've ever had, but like I don't know if anything can top that. I'm sure. I'm sure that your risotto is delicious, but it was just like that one bite. It was just like, oh my god.
I mean, Paul's proper Italian, so I have faith.
Oh, I I can't even talk. Like hail to you. I can't even cook.
uh so Bearded Trucker wants to know what kind of games you play for your stream.
Oh, well, I'm going to be doing a lot of changing, but I do a lot of Super Smash Brothers. I do a lot of RPG games, things like that, and just commentate. And Bentley is actually the voice of the teddy bear that I'm holding, so you'll actually get to hear him in my streams.
Another Asian guy. You have one. Let's make sure you're here. Hopefully we'll get something. But as a reminder, so what all I need you to do is you're going to send me an email to bentley.pasco@gmail.com
Mushroom soda. Ooh.
with I just need to see a screenshot similar to this, where it's just your avatar, so it shows your name and your @ for your YouTube. You send me that to my email and let me know whether you would like a aquarium co-op, Dan's Fish, or if you're outside the United States. Let me know you're outside the United States. We can figure something out. I told you it's rigged. Yeah, it's rigged against you, Leo. You know, wait. I just want to make sure. Another Asian guy. Just make sure you're here. Okay, not rigged. You're good. Good. Just make sure you're in chat. All right, now we'll set up the next one.
Wait, Master, you have parrots? My dad actually raised cockatiels. I love birds. Sorry, I got so excited when I saw that comment. I was just like, I had to answer that right away.
Let's see. What can we do for the next one? What's the next? Why don't you pick a hashtag, honey?
Ooh. How about hashtag? Not that one. uh,
Needs to be appropriate.
of course, I know, I know. This is a G-rated stream. How about? I'm trying to think of a short one. How about Fishmas?
Fishmas. All right, it's in there.
Yeah.
So, want to get in for the next one? You know, hashtag Fishmas.
No, not hashtag.
Oh no!
Don't get that trending. Bird summer. Oh no!
Not that one. Hashtag not that one.
No! Hashtag appropriate. I'm just losing it.
Oh Lord. Luke Wang, if I disregard livestock, is there a hydrogen peroxide concentration that will kill staghorn? Yes, but it at that okay. So at that concentration, if you're not direct treating it, you're likely to do just as much damage to the plants. I think you're better off with like glutaraldehyde and targeted glutaraldehyde dosing. I'm assuming you've already done that because I know you know your stuff. But the only other thing I could say is if you can get your plants or whatever surfaces like out of the water and like use a spray bottle of H2O2, that might be more effective. Because then once you reflood it, you kind of have a little bit better shot. But yeah, I would say any like liquid carbon glutaraldehyde might be better. Mickey M, if possible. So that's a good one. I'll address this like broadly. If you do win and for some reason you want to gift your prize to someone else, we can take care of that. Probably an email is going to be easiest if you happen to have that person's email, but if not, we can address it here in chat. That's fine. That's fine. Patrick Paulson, have you ever owned Dainio Chopre, the glow light Dainio? I haven't kept them. I almost looked at them for a little while, but I really like Dainios in general, just because they're such active little fish. And they were one that I originally wanted to do with my Kaiathit Dainios, but then I got into rainbow fish and never looked back. I should do them though, because they're such cool fish. Like glow light Dainios are beautiful. I love them quite a lot. Nabokov fan, did I watch the Seattle game? Yes, except for part of halftime where I fell asleep, and like the first, I think, 5 minutes of the third quarter. But I got the good stuff in, like watching Kenneth Walker's touchdown and Drew Lock throw an amazing block, and then Drew Lock playing his brains out at the end of the game, which is really awesome.
I think I actually clapped. I don't usually clap, but I actually clapped.
Yeah, you clapped for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you were like, okay, I've had my dinner and I'm going upstairs to do my thing now. You can watch your footballs.
I let my husband watch his religion, and I have mine.
Oh, interesting. So Paul Saltero is mentioning that ever since he started keeping Gideids, he's realized they're world-class algae eliminators. But can they do stuff like Staghorn, though? Because Staghorn's a lot tougher than most algaes. Mega Champ. Let's go, champ. Always good to see you. Lots of travel plans this time of year. How long would you go without feeding fish before considering asking someone to help out? So here's the thing. Most fish can actually live a lot longer than we think without food. I probably wouldn't let it go more than a week. Personally, I get paranoid after that period of time. But I would say, yeah, if you're looking at like 5 days or more, then you might try to look at something to set up with a friend, especially if you can make it really easy. If you have like small containers that's like, this is a dose of food, and it's, think like, like frozen cubes of food where it's really obvious, where it's like, this tank gets 2 cubes, this tank gets 3 cubes, this tank gets 1 cube, whatever the heck it may be, to make it easy for someone that's not necessarily like a big fish person. It means the world for those people, and it usually leads you to not having like a nightmare when you come home. But yeah, realistically, like I don't like going over 3 days, but I think if you had like 5 days to a week, you'd be okay. But if you were looking at being out of town for like 2 weeks plus, you might want to look at someone to come in, and even if it's like every other day, if they're feeding your fish, you'll be fine. Will CO2 still dissolve in the water even though your filter isn't spreading it around the aquarium? Well, if you have some water movement, you're going to get some dispersion no matter what. It's not going to be as efficient. You're going to lose a lot of the CO2 that you're putting in there, right? Because it's just going to make it to the surface and go away. But as long as you have some water movement, that CO2 will disperse in the water, because if the water is moving, it's going to do its thing, right? Ian Firewater, why must I relove last night's game? I heard enough. Do you, though?
Aw.
No, I really didn't expect the Seahawks to win. I was expecting to get like 6 losses in a row or whatever the heck, and just be like, yep, the depression's real. Call the season over, boys. But they stepped up a bit, which is nice. I still am surprised by certain things, but yeah, whatever. Let's do fish. Fish is more fun, right? Fish is more fun. Oinky has 6 zebra glowfish Dainios.
Ooh, that's so cool.
If you Kelly had a fantastic talk about like the glowfish in general at Keystone Clash.
Nice.
It's the only talk I attended that I was not the speaker for.
Wow.
I wanted to watch that one in particular. I was too lazy to like get up super early for primetime aquatic stuff. Mostly because I'd stay up super late, and then afterward it was just like socialize a lot, and most of the speakers I either know or have them do their stuff before. So
Very
Gaideas will
nice,
eat
though.
any and all algae. Just put some of my quarantine tanks a few days ago. They're mowing down. Wow, that's interesting. Interesting. Check. Make sure this is working correctly. Good. Nightbot hasn't broken itself yet. It's good to know. Legion Aquatics, I'm leaving at 4 days and still getting someone to feed just because I don't want the fry to die. Yeah, and if you do have fry or baby fish, like you keep live bearers, that is something where I would definitely try and get feeding more often. Or if you have semi-aggressive fish, that's where you want to keep them fed because that will minimize the predation. But yeah. Another Asian guy. I have a tank with UNS contrasoil and I keep getting cyanobacteria. I've treated it and water changed regularly, but it keeps coming back. Any thoughts? My only thoughts is that usually cyanobacteria tends to be something that when it keeps coming back over and over again, it's because there's not enough water movement down in that area. So if there was a way for you to adjust like the outlets of your filter, or maybe you just have like way too dense foliage and it's minimizing it, and find another way to add some extra flow, that usually helps prevent it from coming back after you treat it. That's been my biggest experience. Farron DeGraff sent you a picture of my rainbow tank. Sweet. I will take a look at it sometime after this. Or after I have dinner, when I come back up to my computer for the rest of the night. I've been working. Yeah, if you can get like a wave maker or some kind of power head, something like that, to give you flow near your substrate, that'll help you a lot. It prevents the cyanobacteria from forming. This is good. What should one do to get rid of Hydra tanks with fish that are only able to accept live microfoods? So Hydra are really, really sensitive to not being fed. And if you have a small fish that needs small microfoods, those fish will live longer with no food than those Hydra. So you can starve them out by basically not feeding for about 4 to 5 days. And then feed lightly, very lightly. The big thing that typically allows Hydra to form when you're feeding those microfoods is you're feeding much more than the fish are consuming, and it leaves extra food for the Hydra to capitalize on. So what we need to do is control the feeding down a little bit more and go a few days without feeding. Those Hydra will start dying off surprisingly fast. Typically 2 to 3 days without food, and they start dying. So hopefully that helps. There are some other ways if that doesn't work for you, but that's the way that I've dealt with Hydra in the past, when I was like feeding tons of baby brine shrimp when I was raising a lot of baby rainbows, and I was just feeding baby brine everywhere. I had some Hydra pop up in some tanks. It was like, oh, thankfully it wasn't any of my fry tanks. It was my like adult fish tanks. It was like, cool, just stop feeding the adult fish for like 4 days. Hydra just die. Never have to worry about it. It's annoying that like every year right before I leave for Christmas or summer, my fish decide to breed a ton. They know they're trying to keep you there, trying to ruin all those vacation plans. So yeah, and then there's also the mention of like, with going back to the cyanobacteria, yes, you can use erythromycin, but if you keep having cyanobacteria come back despite using erythromycin to kill it off, that's when we start looking at flow as the way to fix the problem. So you kill off it, and you change your flow rates around to help make sure that it doesn't keep coming back over and over again. Because sometimes it'll just keep coming back no matter how many times you bombard it with erythromycin, and then you end up actually harming your fish because you're using so much erythromycin. Cool little trick. Do you know where Hydra come from? Is it like ick, where it's present in basically every water supply? kind of. I don't know like the full technical answer to help you here, but it's like a lot of microorganisms. They tend to just be present in the water, and it's a matter of things getting out of whack to allow them to capitalize and grow to a visible colony size. It's kind of similar for like freshwater sponges, at least in certain regions of the United States, like mine, where they can just come in your water. And if the conditions are right, they'll grow and do healthy, and then they can actually be really good for your aquarium. Where the case of Hydra is like problematic for your aquarium, right? So yeah. Winky, thank you so much for the food cubes you gave me to try. However, as a fishy mom, watch your normal, ever so gentle guppies become ravenous wolves at the first time was disturbing. Yeah. So let's see. I think that was the tube effects, right? Fish love their tube effects, and freeze dried tube effects cubes can do some wonders. Stephen P. I can buy an AquaClear motor for $33 or a Horror AquaClear for $36. I mean, we know the answer, right? We know the answer. For an extra $3, you get an entirely brand new filter. It's kind of wild that the pricing is that close. Robert Johnson, all I want for Christmas is for you to get the Bosmani Hooters. You're trying to, I know what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do, Robert. Share their tank. We're working on it, actually. So, this is my last week of work until the rest of the year. Thankfully, I get a week off. It's like a company policy, which is so nice. And unless, well, there could be some emergencies that make me work. We'll see how bad that goes. But, so the following week, right after Christmas, I'll be doing a ton of stuff around the house, and part of that is like getting some tanks going and making sure that projects, brain out the window, too much work, that projects get rolling. Isn't that right, honey?
Yep.
Sorry, we had a lot of fish questions. I know it's been quiet.
It's okay. No
Okay.
worries.
So, question from Cave of Wonders. I'll try and find that and answer it. Do any fish eat sponges? I'm sure there have to be some. I know that plecos can potentially predate on freshwater sponges, but I don't know of anything that, at least in our hobby, that specifically tries to eat freshwater sponges. I'm sure plenty of them will try to, but yeah, I don't know of specific ones. Okay, let's call it last call now for the hashtag Fishmas to get you into the next to last giveaway. So reminder, it's this one. Bam, in chat. Give it about an extra minute because YouTube delays and things, and then we'll draw that bad boy. I can put it on the screen to show it. There you go. So hopefully that helps. YFI. I acquired some red rainbows at a swap from Prime Time a couple months ago. Question is, how old are they when they start to color up? So, assuming you mean the Glossolepis incisus, the red rainbow, sometimes called the Irian or the New Guinea. There's like a million different names for the same fish, for a couple of them, and then the tons of them just don't have names at all. We just have catch locations and rough scientific names. Usually, in my experience, they color up around the 6 to 9 month mark. It kind of depends on how much you're like power feeding them as they grow up. They can be more around 9 months if you're being pretty relaxed on your feeding, but if you're really working them and you give them plenty of room to swim, like you're raising up, say, a 40-gallon breeder as opposed to a 20, then they can color up around 6 months, and they'll start to get their color in. Full coloration, I would say, is more close to a year, where you like the whole body is nicely colored. And then from there, they can kind of like color morph on you a little bit, or they might start a more darker, rusty red and slowly brighten that red in. It's interesting. It's interesting. Okay, let's roll this thing for the giveaway and see what happens. Who's gonna win? Oh, now we know it's rigged. Nightbot's rigged. Farron, what's up? You know how to email me. I know your email, so you'll need to shoot me an email for the giveaway. But yeah, shoot me an email. We'll get it all worked out. See whether you want to co-op or figure it out. Because I was like, you might not be in the U.S., right? I'm trying to remember. Top of my head, I can only keep so many things rattling around in this old noodle. But yeah, Farron, you've kind of already shot me an email, but we'll get back to you, get you all set up. Leo, I told you it's rigged. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. Okay, now we'll do the last one. I think what's an appropriate. We've done a Fishmas, we did an early, we did Dan Rocks. I'm gonna give some love just because he sent kind of a raid. Might be this. All right. The last giveaway for the night. Reminder, replay crew. So for those of you who did not win tonight, go back, watch the replay, and just in the comments put hashtag replay crew. And Christmas Day, at least in the United States, if you're you're in like New Zealand or Australia where you're in the future, it's going to be your day after Christmas for me. Get in the that'll get you in that one. And for the last one, it's going to be easy because he sent a little raid, if you will, earlier. It'd be hashtag Alex sent me. That's right. Show some love to my buddy Alex because he's always right before me and sending folks over. Got to show the love. So that dude's been killing it lately. Let's note he's been doing really, really great. Making his YouTube channel grow like crazy. He's well over 50,000 subscribers now. Yeah, awesome. Alex. That's Alex from Fishery. He lives all of like 40 minutes away from me. Less if traffic's not bad. But I've been missing club events, so we haven't hung out in a little bit. However, through the power of being a loud, obnoxious bastard, I got my club to move a meeting. I screamed enough about trying to actually ask the club to refresh their day, and they were like, hey, it turns out lots of people would rather go to a meeting on a Saturday instead of a Tuesday night in downtown Seattle. Who'd have thunk? All right. Mickey, I'm still playing for Sandy Notary. I respect it. Leo, can we be neighbors? I mean, you want to move up this way, go for it. There actually is a house for sale like less than a block away from me. It's on the route where when I'm walking Shantoto, I walk past it every day. I don't know if it's got offers on it yet, but it's for sale. Probably for way too much money, because everything in the Seattle area, even in areas like where I live, which should not be very expensive, are terribly expensive now. It's ridiculous. The power of Grayskull compels you. Nice. Only way, got to meet Alex at the Pasco County Club when he came to speak. Yeah, that's... I've heard so many good things about the Pasco, not spelled the way my last name is, County Club, because I think Dean has spoke there too, right? Just the size of your guys' meetings and the participation and everything, it sounded pretty awesome. At some point, I'll probably, have to see about maybe going down that way. Oinky. Thanks for becoming a member, Oinky. A YFI, a member for a month. What's up? Geek Boy, 31 months. Flexing on people. Oh man. Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, Daniken Aquatics. What's up, Kenny? There we go. Rough times. Have you ever used dry bacteria starter under the substrate when starting a new tank? So, like, we're talking about like the what ADA and some of those other products. So kind of in that I've used ADA Power Sand, which has some of that mixed into it. So yes, sort of. Do I necessarily think you need it? No. Does it help? I can't say that I've seen anything that proves with beyond shadow of a doubt that it helps, but I mean, I imagine it has to do something to kickstart the process. Oh, Stephen P with the 40-month flex as a member. Jeez, this guy. This guy. That's how you know it's rigged. That's how he won the first one, that 40-month flex. Oh. Okay, let's see here. Just make sure I'm going to fish for some questions in case I missed something. Legion Aquatic, is this baby brine hatcher worth it, or should I just make my own using a bottle? Yeah, so I like them, but I hate the stand they're on. So I think if you like build your own, it's kind of like how Dean has a setup and a few others have setups where it's just like a plank and you just hook it on. I think it's really effective because they're really durable and the things that they have built in are really nice. But if you're really good at DIY, just build your own. Save the money. You know, use like a 2 liter pop bottle or something like that. Or there's so many different options that are so much more cost effective. Save your money. Now, if you're like me and your DIY capabilities are non-existent, then it's great. and I like using them, especially if you get them set up in something that's a little more efficient than the little like stand that it comes with. I hate the stand it comes with. I think that's the one thing, but I understand it's only so big because they're packaging and making it easy to ship. Everything other than the stand is great. It's just the stand that sucks. uh Thanks, Danny and Kenny. Merry Christmas to you guys too, just in case. I hope that you have a good one and that weather is kind, because sometimes it's getting a little wild. Yeah, so as Drifter's Workshop said, like, I just found a jar that works well. And there are plenty of people that just use like old pickle jars and stuff like that. Like, it all depends. If you want to have the easy pouring spout and all that kind of stuff, you can DIY it. If you don't mind, like, just turning it off and using a light to like let all the stuff, the shrimp go down to the bottom and let all the empty eggshells go to the top, and then just harvest it with a turkey baster. Just use like an old pickle or mayo jar or something like that. Like, you don't need something fancy. I know plenty of people that have used different containers from like Costco, like the things that come those plastic containers that have like the mixed nuts in them. Yeah, you can use anything. Kelly Foreman. Unfortunately, I wasted my time with Patreon membership. Yeah, I kind of started killing those off in person. There's some people who like do not like. It's really interesting. This is like an observation. They absolutely do not like being a part of a YouTube membership and have no problem with Patreon. And there's other people who like it's harder to give them similar benefits. And mostly it's like the emojis and things like that. Like, I try to post any members only stuff everywhere that applies, which is just Patreon and in here. But yeah, it's interesting. There are certain things actually, like for non-fish related content, that I could do in Patreon that I could not do in YouTube. So as an example, when I start my like optional, who knows how often I'll post on it, other channel that's not fish related, those things are better on Patreon. And yeah, so like Geek Boy's pointing out, you get more money through Patreon. Yes, absolutely. But I don't care. I don't care about like the split. So that's where it kind of matters. Like, yes, Patreon takes a very small slice compared to say YouTube. So if it was more about making sure you had optimal funding to do more stuff, totally get it. I'm pretty lucky that for the most part, other than the rare exception of like getting laid off and my dog needing surgery, I'm in a good enough career to where I don't need to worry so much about those things. Um, Not to say that I'm like rich, but more just like the expenditures I need to do to like for my hobby for fun come out of my like natural fun money budget anyway. So it works pretty well. But yeah, I mean, if I was in, I would say for other creators who might not be in a similar space as me, if you do really good work through Patreon, it's better that way because you do get more of a percentage. So yeah, there's that too. And there's people like drifters too who are just like, I would just rather send you cash. And like, yeah, there's some people that use things like PayPal. I just haven't set that kind of stuff up because I care so little about trying to like make the most money out of YouTube. If it supplies enough to where I can do things like this, like give away gift cards as a thank you, and pay for pieces of equipment so I can test them and give you guys results, I'm happy. Right? I'm happy. John Epson, I've been here since the beginning, but I'm cheap. You have been here since the beginning, and I need to, which reminds me, I need to message you because I have something for you, John. Okay, honey, is there anything you'd like to say before we run away
I
from
hope
the evening?
everyone has a happy holiday season and a happy new year and everything like that. And thank you so much once again for supporting this amazing fish nerd of mine.
Okay, last call. All right, sit back over here. Last call on the Alex sent me. There it is. Get it in there. Get it in there. I only see 88 eligible users so far. I have the anti-spam not enabled, so if you need to retype it, put it back in there. I'll give everybody kind of a minute. Mel, I have a pair of German Blue Rams in a 10 by themselves, heavily planted. Were great parents with free swimmers and fry. All I had a few was Rapache Spawn and Grow. Day 3 and 4, they'd gone. Interesting. Well, it's possible that like the babies might not have got enough food each day. They really do need quite a lot of food as babies. What I found for most very small baby fry is they typically need to be fed something like 3 to 4 times a day. It's especially the case of rainbows. I personally haven't bred German Blue Rams, but I know people who have. Master Breeder Dean, there's a great video on Aquarium Co-op's channel, if I remember right, where they talk about like him giving advice on how to breed rams and raise the fry. So you might consider checking that one out, Mel. Okay, I think now we're up to like 96 eligible users. People are in the chat real fast. About the same. Get them in there, people. All right, let's roll this bad boy, shall we? Oh, SC. Swear. SC, didn't you win last year too? You're just like turbo lucky? Maybe that was something else I did. I can't remember. I know you won once in one of the various giveaways I've done. Laura, please don't be rigged. Mama wants some fish for Christmas. Zanesborg, what determines eligibility? It's just, all it is the hashtag. That's it. You just have to be in chat, have done the hashtag. It's still rigged. I'm gonna see, make sure SC's still here, because if not, I'll re-roll this beast. There he is. There he is. Shoot me an email. You know what to do. Okay, so final reminder here. Put this away. For the replay crew, just a reminder, put it here. But it'll be hashtag replay crew. So once this is done, it'll be a video. watch the replay. For all of you who did not win, go back, do hashtag replay crew as a comment. Consider maybe giving it a like. But yeah, do the hashtag replay crew, and then we'll do another giveaway there. So that's 5 total $50 gift cards. Merry Christmas. It's my thank you to all you wonderful people. But yeah, no. Just a reminder, not in chat. Not chat. Amber, saw you. Respect it. But just once we're done with stream, it'll come up in a video. Just go back, leave a comment. Easy peasy. You don't have to watch the whole thing again. Just leave a comment. Laura Bustos, would it be kosher to seed a darrow worm culture into a tank? I can't keep the culture alive long. I don't see why it wouldn't. I can't see a negative aspect to that. So why not try it? Olivia CK, congrats though. I suspect cheating. You blame Nightbot. Blame Nightbot. It's not my fault. Everybody can blame Nightbot. Is that right, honey? It's the AI.
Indeed.
It's the algorithms. The algorithms cheat. Man. So yeah, there's that. And then the last thing that I will say, other than a just wholehearted thank you to everybody, I'll be putting up a little thing on the community tab. We'll probably have 2 different things. One is for the people who didn't claim their prizes yet, because I was meant to do it last week and then got swamped in a bunch of work because I was doing work at after stream. I went back to work and was working until almost midnight. So yeah, last week that was good. It's good times. But I'll do that stuff. It's okay. People make mistakes. Whatever. I respect people doing it in chat now, but hey, we'll figure it out. There'll be stuff for the pins that haven't been claimed yet from the previous thing. If I don't hear back from those people in a certain period of time, then the first stream of 2024 will give those pins away. So yeah. That being said, I want to thank you all so much. Nightbot sucks. Hashtag Nightbot sucks. Oh man. All right. I want to thank you all so much. Just this year's been very interesting. And I appreciate all of you who are kind of constantly here. Some of you maybe here for the first time, caught chat, things like that. Thank you very much to my dear wife for joining us for a little while and putting up with the madness as we go into Christmas. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. Even though we'll have a stream before then, still gonna do it anyway because I might decide to take next week off. Who knows? It depends. There is a chance, given that Christmas is Monday, that family things might overrule and we might not have a stream next week. But current plan is to stream next week. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching and stay awesome. Bye-bye.